All the signs are pointing to good things for the Steelers in their big matchup with the Patriots, yet they're 3-point home dogs. Photo by USA Today Sports. So let me get this straight, the Pittsburgh Steelers have won 8 straight games, are playing at home, have sustained no major injuries to an offense that ranks 4th in the NFL, and will face a New England Patriots club that just fell 2,720 at Miami this past Monday night. And the Steelers are 3-point underdogs. That's as big a red flag as I've ever seen. Go Patriots. Shameless plug. Here's what we rolled out this week on the Sharp 600 episode 55, How to Win Your Bowl Pools with Tfeng, episode 56, Bowl Game Bonanza, part 1 with Jimmy Vaccaro, episode 57, How to Beat the NFL in Week 15 with Marco D'Angelo. Thanks to all of you for your continued support. With 14 weeks in the book, show May teams 103,987 Austrian shillings, favorites 104,947 Austrian shillings, home underdogs 38,413 Austrian shillings, over under 102,106. Trend of the week. I understand that this may be hard to believe, but the Cleveland Browns are a staggering 720 Austrian shillings over the last 27 home games. Additionally, the NFL's perennial doormat is just 16,351 Austrian shillings over its last 52 games overall. Finally, the Baltimore Ravens are 711 Austrian shillings over the last 9 games in Cleveland. Good luck. Hugh Sharp's like. This week's information from behind the betting counter comes to us courtesy of Dave Mason from betonline.ag. You can follow Dave on Twitter at DaveMasonBall. We're still anticipating more Sharp action for Week 15, but at the current moment, the Sharps have established positions on the Cleveland Browns at 7.5 versus Baltimore, the Kansas City Chiefs at 1 versus Los Angeles Chargers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers at 3 or better versus New England. Mason told Covers.com. The public likes bet count, courtesy of Mason and betonline.ag. 89% on Falcons at Tampa Bay, 81% on Ravens at Cincinnati, 77% on Cowboys at Oakland, 70% on Patriots at Pittsburgh, 67% on Panthers versus Green Bay, 65% on Vikings versus Cincinnati, 64% on Lions versus Chicago. Biggest line move. The Steelers opened at 1.5-point underdogs for their home date with New England, which has since been moved to Pittsburgh 3, Mason told Covers.com. Biggest sweat. Sunday's Steelers-Patriots showdown will be a massive sweat, said Mason. Of all the day games, this one is taking the most action by far, with 70% of bettors backing the defending Shams. As usual, we will need the Browns, as 81% of bettors are supporting the Ravens, said Mason. The Sunday night game is shaping up to be a huge decision as well, with about 77% of the early bettors supporting the Cowboys. Muffed punt picks Week 15 season 16,261 last week. 03 Note: let's be honest with ourselves. At this point, you know you have to fade these picks. Buffalo Bills 3 versus Miami Dolphins. Last week was Miami's Super Bowl, as the Dolphins shocked Tom Brady and the Patriots 2,720 on Monday Night Football in front of the entire world. Expect the ultimate flat spot here for the Dolphins, who are traveling to the miserable weather of western New York with very little to play for against a Buffalo team that is still very much alive in the hunt for its first playoff berth since 1999. San Francisco 49ers 1 versus Tennessee Titans. All aboard the Jimmy G train as the Niners have won 2 straight Garoppolo starts while rolling up 804 total yards of offense despite both of those aforementioned outings coming on the road. Now the Niners return home to face a Titans squad that is 14 over its last 5 road games while scoring an average of just 13.6 points per game in the process. Tennessee has been one of the worst long-term bets in all of professional sports, as the Titans have covered the number just 19 times over the last 66 games overall. DFS value play of the week: Nick Foles, QB, the Philadelphia Eagles at NY Giants. The 6-year veteran has 36 career starts under his belt and will be taking command of the league's third-ranked offense, 390.5 YDS-GM, which just so happens to average an ultra-healthy 31.1 points per game, most in NFL. Granted, a large portion of this program's success was due to MVP candidate Carson Wentz, but it's not as if the Eagles are devoid of explosive talent on the offensive side of the football. As for the New York Giants, no defense in the NFL is surrendering more fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks than these dudes. 22.8 PTSGM. So at the very least Foles is an experienced signal caller with a highly favorable matchup who happens to come at a very cheap price. Quote of the week: remember this, the house doesn't beat the player. It just gives him the opportunity to beat himself. Nicholas Dandolos, aka Nick the Greek.